Now next qualitative technique is projective technique. As we know, what is the meaning of this projective? Projection means you are going to project something. You are going to make projection on the basis of your previous experiences. This is the one technique which is given by the Henry Moore and Christina Morgan by their research. He has given this topic, this technique by the Harvard Psychological Clinic. What is projective technique? Projective technique is unstructured, indirect form of questioning. It encourages respondent to project their underlying motivations, beliefs, attitudes, or feelings regarding the issues of concern. Mainly what happens, by the projective technique, we can study the personality of any person. And for the study about the personality of any person, there are two ways. First way is self-report, another is projective technique. Self-report is not so much reliable because in self-report, when a person, when asked any question from any person, you have cheated to anyone in your life, he or she may give answer no, which may not be right, may be wrong. Then it is not so much reliable. Then Christina and Morgan Moore has given another idea to get such type of the answers, right answers, solve such type of the problem. He has given some ideas to how to get the right answer without using direct questions. So that questions will be indirectly asked to the person by a number of other ways. And this is the technique, it's called projective technique. It is unstructured, indirect form of questioning that encourages respondent to project their underlying motivations, beliefs, attitudes, or feelings regarding the issues of concern. Second point is in projective technique, respondents are asked to interpret the behavior of others. And third is interpreting the behavior of others, respondents, indirectly. Project their own motivations, beliefs, attitudes, or feelings into the situation. And the projective technique is unstructured, indirect form of the question, because directly when you are asking, the person may be say right answer or may not be say right answer. Then it will be based on like puzzles type of the questions, which completion of the words, which completion of the sentence, and fill up the fill in the blank. Then it may be express something which is required, and another way that can be complete your story writing by role playing. This is the way a concerned person who has required the information, he will make all the by the all informations essential answers, essential required information. This is the main concept of the projective technique. What are the ways of this concept? It is ambiguous test plus respondent response, which makes the personality. It is ambiguous test. Test may be by your association of answer words, and then it may be filling the blanks. It may be another way of the answering expressions, completing the stories, completing the sentence. Then ambiguous test will be there, because that is not clear about. Then ambiguous test will be there, and respondent will respond. Then a concerned person who has required such information will make sensible personality meaning. Okay. This is the one concept. The figure is this. In this figure, one young lady and another is old lady. It may be one person, one male or one female, whole is female and male is male. Whatever the answer is given by the particular person, or she may be or he may be, it depends on person to person what type of answer they. Suppose we are pausing this, you can pause this and you can ask from yourself what they are doing. You maybe think about different type of answers. Maybe you can make answer like they may be discussing about these problems, or they may be discussing about their some conspiracy, or they may be discussing about young lady is going to help to old lady. A number of answer or options are there that may be there. Classification of projective technique. Projective technique is first type is association technique, second is completion technique, third is construction technique, and fourth is expressive technique. These are the four types of the techniques. Simple way to get answers indirectly from the respondents. Association technique is the projective technique in which the respondent is presented with the stimulus and asked to respond with the first things that comes to mind. Okay, and in word association, the respondents are presented with the list of words, one at a time. After each words, they are asked to give the first word that comes to the mind. Suppose any company asked and given three words and asked to the product. Which product is related with the particular word? Suppose this question is asked from the persons or group of persons. What is the reveal related product? What is the protector product? What are the conqueror product? So this may be answered given by the respondent. Will be depends on their thinking, their own thinking process, their own recalling. So then it may be different product for a different. Like one is here. This is Harley Davidson. It's in my point of view, it is the reveal product. Then Johnson & Johnson, it is the protector product. Conqueror is just do it Nike product. So it may be what comes in your mind. It depends on person to person. Another is brand personality. It is symbolic meaning. You can make sense. Like celebrities, if you ask some energy product, like suppose Boost or Chyawanprash, so which player you are going to in your mind. Then it may be Virat Kohli, it may be Sachin Tendulkar, it may be Ganguly, it may be any player which is it may be in Sindhu also. The number of players and energy product may be related which product you are recalling and resembling it depends upon your thinking. Then a person make a senseful meaning which type of personality he or she is. A set of human characteristics associated with the brand. So this is the concept behind this. What dimensions? This dimension is given for the brand personality. It may be sincerity, honesty, down to earth, wholesome, careful. Such type of the questions may be asked by the interviewer and who has required the information. And such type of the personalities evaluation will be on the basis of these 5 dimensions. Excitement, competence, sophistication, ruggedness. So these are the number of dimensions of the personality. And on the basis of these particular dimensions, this is the assumption of the personalities dimensions and the personality, brand personality. Any person, suppose Cadbury is going, then maybe Bachchan will be recalled by any person. Or suppose you are going to ask any question, any person asked to question about regarding beauty product, cosmetic product, then it may be Katrina Kaif, it may be Aishwarya Rai, it may be any other actresses. it is depend upon the how they are getting answer by another way. Directly they are not asking question, indirectly they are asking question, and that is unstructured. This is not decided because they are going to make a study about the personality of any particular person which is required for their research purpose. Then completion technique. Completion technique is a projective technique that requires the respondent to complete an incomplete stimulus situation. Right. In story completion, respondents are provided with the part of a story and required to give the conclusion in their own words. Okay, by completion technique, sentence completion, like example is given. When I think of shopping in a departmental store, whatever answer you can give, I am delighted, I am more excited. The person who shops at the pantaloon, it's because he wants to give time in pantaloon because they have very good varieties of the product. This is the way answering will be given by the respondent. Story completion. Suppose this is one case. A person like Rita. Rita had worked hard all the day and she has visited to a restaurant for the dinner. And when she is waiting for the dinner, about 15 minutes late, waiter has came and then she was waiting about their food. But after 45 minutes, no response was given. Then you will complete the story. There may be list of 20 things may be possible by the Rita. Rita can do 20 things. What 20 things may be possible? You will give the answers. Then you will complete the story. She may be irritated. She may again give the order. She may next time she may visit that particular place. Or she may give the time to more time to this restaurant people. This is the way how this survey are. They want to get the answer. They want to get the indirect way. They want to get the right answers. Then construction technique. Construction technique is projective technique in which the respondent is required to construct a response in the form of a story, dialogue, or descriptions. Like picture response. Like Visa card. Visa card was initially that image was feminine. And this company, when they have known about the feminine character of this Visa card, so then they are going to change their image of the Visa card. They are going to arrange National Football League tournament. And then mainly because this game is related concern with the masculine image, to change the masculine female or feminine image, they want to change the masculine image of this product, user product, plastic card. Then expressive technique. Expressive technique is a projective technique in which respondents are presented with a verbal or verbal situation and asked to relate the feeling and attitudes of other people to the situation. It may be by the role playing. Role playing means in business studies there are a lot of role playing games are going on. Means a person will be like a supplier, another person will be dealer, another person will be retailer. Then such type of the role playing will be there. How they are making leadership role playing may be there, motivational role playing may be there. Then a lot of role playing option is there to get the expressive technique type of the responses. Then third person technique. Third person technique is a very good case study. This is the case study of Continental Airline. The research problem was for this company to understand why people do not fly. Really, people are not preferring to fly in a particular time period. The background of the case, when respondents were asked, "Are you afraid to fly?" Very few say yes. Then another question, the major reasons given were cost, bad weather and delay. But a follow-up study was done. Instead of respondents were asked, "Do you think your neighbor is afraid to fly?" Then finding of answer. The answer indicates that most of the neighbors who traveled by the other mode of the transportation were afraid to fly. Mainly, people were afraid to fly because it was the one incident was happened in 2001, September 11. They were flying, the aircraft were hijacked. Then the people were feeling security problems. Then they were not going to select this option, transportation. They were not going to by airways. They were mainly using some other options of the air transportation. This is the way you can get indirectly about the answers, not directly, because people will not give right answers. Then it is the projective is the way by which you can get a right answer indirectly, which is not structured. This is the projective technique, and this is all about your process of qualitative techniques, qualitative research technique, all the techniques. Thank you very much. Make your notes on these topics. Thank you very much.